What's up, everyone? It's Maximilian, and it's part 2 of the Catch 'em All. We are starting from the male Nidoran today, and we're not going to go through a full 30 because there's actually quite a few that we're missing in this section of the Pokedex. We're only going to go up to 59. But nonetheless, we're going to complete it in 5 episodes. Trust me. So, first things first, go to Viridian City, and in that small patch of grass to the west, you will find a Nidoran eventually. Especially in red, they don't take too long to come by. Just catch one, and you're done. I happen to have a Nidorino in my Pokemon box that I got from the Safari Zone, so I'm just going to use that one rather than waste a bunch of rare candies trying to get my Nidoran to evolve. So, pop a Moonstone on that bad boy, and he becomes the king of badassery, Nidoking. Seriously though, it is like the coolest looking Pokemon in the whole game. Vulpix is another one you're going to have to Ditto Glitch because that is a Pokemon that is sadly only available in blue. So what you need to do is get a Pokemon with a special of 82, and again I'll put the link to the table in the description so you guys don't have to remember all this yourselves. Do the whole Cerulean / Lavender glitch guy, whichever one you prefer. It's your choice. Go to Fuchsia because that's where all the Dittos are, and consequently that's where all our Trainos are to do the Ditto Glitch, so it's quite convenient. Go find a trainer, kick their butts with your level 60-ish Pokemon, and then find yourself a Ditto, and the rest is history. So, now that we are ever so close to the end, kind of thinking about what I want to do next, because I really don't want my channel to stop here. I know a lot of you have requested to do like Pokemon Yellow or Silver or something like that. The one problem I see with that is, there's two problems I see with that. The problem with Yellow is that it's far too similar to Red and Blue, even though it does have its subtle variances, that it doesn't seem to be worth doing a walkthrough of. That's just at least my opinion anyway. And secondly, I'm not sure if I want to do another Pokemon walkthrough next. I know a lot of you are subscribed to me because you want to watch a Pokemon walkthrough, and I appreciate that. But I kind of like to shake things up a little bit, maybe introduce you to something a little different. Let me know what you think on this issue, because I've been thinking about doing some zombie videos with Taylor. So if you guys want to see something like that, maybe you want to see a walkthrough or something different, like just some totally new game that I haven't thought of before, let me know, and I will see what I can do on that. But for the time being, while I'm in Hong Kong, at least until June, I don't think I'm going to be starting any new projects. Simply because I've got classes going on now, like things have actually started to get into full swing, so to speak, and I am kind of busy at the moment, but I want to enjoy the time while I'm here, and I want to make sure that it's well invested. So I'll be showing some videos of Hong Kong. Like, it's not going to be uploading nothing, but at the same time, I'm not going to be starting any more crazy projects. Anywho, on with the walkthrough. Throw a Firestone on this Vulpix that you got, and then go to east of Pewter just before Mount Moon to find a Jigglypuff. This will take a while. Don't worry about it if you don't find one at first. It took me about 15 minutes of walking around to find that stupid thing. So yeah, a lot of video you guys didn't have to watch. Again, don't you love me? And this is yet another Pokemon that requires a Moonstone. So go ahead and top one on there for a Wigglytuff. Never seen a Wigglytuff, whatever. It's one of the most useless Pokemon in the game. I don't know. And go into Mount Moon, because Zubat happens to be next, and if you have trouble finding a Zubat in more than 30 seconds, then something is wrong with your game. Like, seriously, there are way too many Zubats in this game, and this is the only reason why I'm catching one of those, is because I'm doing a complete walkthrough. And for the sake of completion, I will catch a Zubat for you people, even though it goes against every principle I have. So, I hope you're happy. Give it a few rare candies and it'll be a Golbat eventually. Oddishes are everywhere. I just chose to go to Fuchsia City because I wanted to show you something on the way over here. I hadn't actually gotten this yet. I'm assuming by now that if you followed me, you have at least 50 kinds of Pokemon. If you have at least 50, you can talk to Professor Oak's 8 up here and get an experience all. What this does is it evenly distributes all the experience points that are rewarded to your Pokemon amongst every Pokemon in your party. Now, if you switch Pokemon in the middle of a battle, it'll divide it between those two, which means that it consequently divides the experience all in half. So if you are going to use the experience all, make sure you fight with only one Pokemon, so that way you can actually maximize the amount that you get. Anyway, catch an oddish. Shouldn't be too hard to find. These things are everywhere. And feed it a rare candy until it gets to a certain level. I don't know if it's exactly 25, but that's just what I happened to catch it at. I gave it one rare candy, and it's just like, yay, evolve time. To get it to Vileplume, you need to give it a Leaf Stone once it's Gloom. Same thing goes for Victory Bell, but we'll get to that later. That's in the next episode. You guys will just have to wait. Aw, darn. Your next one that you're going to have to get is Parasect, or Paras if you haven't already. I just grabbed one of those dudes in the Safari Zone because I had nothing better to do. And if you haven't already, you can catch them elsewhere, like in Mount Moon. They're a little bit harder to come by, but they're quite common in the Safari Zone. You can also catch Parasects in there if you just want to skip right ahead and don't even use rare candies. But yeah, get it to level 24 and that'll evolve. Go back to Fuchsia City, again, for a Venonat. These things aren't too common, but then again, they're not like ridiculously hard to come by. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem to find one. And again, this thing evolves by rare candies. And then you get to Venomoth, which I actually kind of like Venomoth. There's something really weird about it, but I love the fact that it can use Psychic-type moves, especially very efficiently, because it has a very high special. It's like the only good insect Pokemon ever made. And I know you're going to hate on me for like, oh, Scyther, rah, 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 but... And probably some other ones that I haven't heard of, but seriously, it is the best. You can't compete with that guy. Well, I guess Caesar counts, but we're not doing second generation. So screw you guys. Go to the Diglett Cave and catch a Diglett. If you don't know how to get to the Diglett Cave, you can get to it either through Vermilion City or through Viridian City. Although Vermilion's a tad bit easier. A few rare candies and this guy becomes a Dugtrio. So basically if you feed it drugs, it starts to asexually multiply. Don't ask me how. I'm not the one who made this game. Meowth is next. And he requires a special of 77 for the Ditto Glitch. He's only available in blue, so you're going to have to do a little bit of working to get this guy. As with some other Pokemon in the Pokedex, don't worry, we are not even close to being done with Ditto Glitching. So, if you thought you could rest easy after Meowth, you're just a lazy bum. That's right. Lazy bum. Anyway, go fight more of these trainers whose Pokemon totally suck. Find a Ditto and do the magic again. And you will eventually have a Meowth. Few rare candies, and this thing is a Persian. My gosh, there's so much Ditto glitching in this episode. Well, not really. I kind of lied. There's really only 2 Ditto glitches. It just feels like a lot because there's so much work to do. Maybe it's not that much work. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like really, really pissy about it because I'm like, oh god, I gotta go to Cerulean, I gotta go to Fuchsia. Now I gotta fight this guy. Now I gotta find a Ditto to fight. Then once I fight the Ditto, I gotta go back and then catch it at level 7 and then blow a bunch of rare candies on it, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just a whiner. Maybe I'm just a little crybaby and I can't take a little bit of pain. Maybe. Nah, whatever. Give me the benefit of the doubt. So, use that little Venomoth if you used my tactic. Oh, speaking of, when I was experimenting with the calciums, I actually noticed that it doesn't go up by a constant amount every time. Yay me for being wrong. It goes up by a specific amount. It depends on... first thing is how many calciums the Pokemon's been given already. The special will go up by a lesser amount for every calcium that you've already given it. And secondly, it will also go up at different intervals based on the type of the Pokemon. I haven't quite figured it out yet, and I'm pretty sure there's somewhere on the internet which will enlighten you to every aspect of how calcium and other supplements work. But I am way too lazy, and I'm just going to say, go with it, give it a few tries. Worst case scenario, you can just go to Cinnabar and duplicate it again if necessary. So yeah. That little blank spot there is Psyduck, in case you couldn't infer that. What you need to do, actually, is first go get a Super Rod. I don't know why, but for some reason I never picked up the Super Rod when I was going to Fuchsia City, and I really don't know how I could have passed that up or missed it. I guess maybe like I screwed something up when I was glitching and restarted the game without thinking about it? I don't know. Anyway, if you go to the intersection of Vermilion and Lavender Town, just south of there is a house, and this guy will have a Super Rod. Now, if you take this Super Rod and go fishing in Cerulean City, the little lake that's above, that's right next to the Unknown Dungeon and by the Nugget Bridge, eventually you're going to come across a Psyduck. It may take a little while. It actually didn't take me too long to do it. But you can get several different types of Pokemon with a Super Rod, so you can expect to do it at least a few times. Anywho, catch yourself a Psyduck, and then feed it a ton of rare candies, because Psyduck evolves at an unusually high level. It's somewhere in the 30s. I'm not particularly sure why, since she starts out at such a low level anyway. But, whatever. It is what it is. Can't do anything about it. Evolve it into the Golduck. That guy's pimp. Look at his spiky hair. Guy must be a bro. It's Bro Sidon, god of the Broshin. Yeah. So, Mankey, if you go south of Cerulean City, how convenient, you should be able to find one of those in not too long. Use your handy-dandy little always-catch-them Infinity Master Ball Majig thing that you have, because you're such a mad hacksaw, and give it those infinitely elite rare candies that you have, and eventually it will become Primeape. Man, we are making some headway. It just sounds really weird. I don't know who came up with that term, headway, but yeah, whatever. They're weird. I happen to have a Growlithe from previously, Mew glitching. If you don't have one, go into the Cinnabar laboratory and you will find one within a matter of seconds. They are really easy to come by, but for now, that is all. Hopefully I'll see you guys later, and we will continue plowing our way through the Pokedex. Whew!